Noon. I must tell you, it's a pleasure to have you on the channel once again. Thanks a lot for joining us. What have you made of this massive rally? I was hearing your view, of course, on our sister channel. You have been extremely bullish, but do you think it's now running up a bit too fast?
Yeah, hi Anuj. Great to be back on CNBC, the English one. We've been one of the people who stuck my neck out at 8,000 and told you we are in a bull market, ignore the 3 months, and look what the wealth has been created. So yes, if you did ignore the fear, you made so much of money that you've not made in the last 5 years. And God willing, I think this will continue. The better part is, Anuj, that the mid caps have been a star revelation after 3 years. And it's not just banks or metals. It's been the whole market, broader market, which has outperformed. So we think that now at these levels, the risk reward may be not all that favorable to be whole hog. And we've tried to suggest some hedging. We are booking book profits in banks, but we are very, very optimistic on IT and pharma as a longer term play. So we are going stock specific now, Anuj, but pharma and IT are my 2 flavors for this year.
Okay, all right. Well, Sanjeev, it's good to have you back on the show as well. Looking forward to this one. Now, so let's talk about, the sort of trades. And there's so much rotation. Every day the market finds a new theme, a new sector. Today it's PSU banks. You mentioned you're booking profits on banks. Is that just a tactical call? Because from the portfolio point of view, people can still argue perhaps that things are just beginning to heat up for a portfolio investor.
So Surabhi, we've been bullish on the bank nifty from 23,000, and it's about time you took some money off the table. So I'm just being stock specific. I am still very bullish on 2 banks, Bandhan and RBL. Any decline would be a buying opportunity. They have the potential for a 30% upside. But like I said, in the corporate facing banks, we don't find value now at State Bank at 410 plus or an ICICI closer to 700. So it's a rotation of stocks which we think Bandhan and RBL are 2 of our preferred mid-cap picks. But it's the other stocks. We are very bullish on some of the pharma names. I think I can stick my neck out. Sun and Lupin are going to be the darlings of this year on pharma. And I'm looking at a big upside, at least a 50% upside. That means closer to 800 on Sun and 1600 to 1700 on Lupin. That's the type of rally I'm seeing in this, Obamacare and so on, which is going to be very beneficiary to the large generic players in the US.
Okay, so Sun Pharma and Lupin, Sanjeev, I got your point about the US and the Obamacare, but any reason why only these 2 and why not others? If you could tell that as well.
No, it's the whole basket, Anuj, but I'm signaling these 2. Okay. You can add a Glenmark over there. So I'm saying relatively our overweight would be on these names. They have the rupee dollar equation, and plus they are in the pinkest of health they've ever been. 3 years back, they were languishing. It was not that they were not making profits. But you look at the language from a Lupin, from a Sun, from a Glenmark. I think that there is huge money to be made. Plus, Anuj, it gives you a little defensive character at a market which, has been non-stop on its rally. So if there is a correction, IT and pharma will stand out in this crowd. And that's why we want to be a little defensive also. Plus, like we gave you the summary, we think the generic side is just starting up. The next 2 years belongs to these 3 companies or 4, 5 companies.
Okay, by the way, the market's back in the green now and the dip has been bought, at least on the Nifty, and all the metal stocks are surging. Sanjeev, I just wanted your view on one more stock, but before that, I just want to point out that's of course our stock 360, and the stock that we're talking about right now is ONGC. Now, first, just look at the stock moves. It's been, of course, a stock which has been all over the place, up 5% today. And for this week, up about 7%. But this month, it's really come back in its own. It's up about 18% for this month. But this is where the good part ends, right? And legacy issues take over. Last 1 year, the stock's flat. Last 3 years, it's down 40%. And last 7 years, it's down 60%. One of the key reasons of late we've seen some buying is purely because from the dividend yield point of view. It's a stock which at its recent lows offered about a good 8 to 10% dividend yield, pays about 6 rupees per share, trades at historical low valuations, of course, and anecdotally does best when the crude is between $55 to $65 per barrel, because then you have the best of both worlds for ONGC. But Sanjeev, ONGC, or for that matter any other PSU stock which you would like, because they have made a bit of a comeback.
Well, I don't want to sound pompous, but at 70 rupees, I put my neck out and I said that the cheapest energy stock ever in the world is ONGC. Now, I cannot suggest it was languishing for 3 months or 6 months. Like you said, it's back to 100. Let me tell you, I think the PSUs are going to be re-rated, whether it's banks, whether it's energy or oil and exploration. So, Anuj, I would suggest investors not to go for individual stocks. Buy the CPSE ETF. We had made a very big sip on that 13, 14 rupee level. It's still around 21 rupees. We think the CPSE ETF has 12 excellent run PSU stocks, and they could give you a very good, variety or an instrument in your portfolio. The CPSE ETF is something we suggest to do a sip on rather than go individually, because these stocks, like are volatile. But the government's direction is clear. They are going to not come and give you piecemeal sell-offs, which spoils the array for the investor. So ONGC is a buy on decline, but as a disclosure, we've been very, very bullish on the stocks in some time, and it's way beyond our target now.
Okay. Well, if there's something that's eclipsing the gains on